Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Katie. I am the Introverted Reader, and yes, I'm in a different hoodie this time. I put makeup on so I could film, but I was like, I'm not putting proper clothes on. It's my Saturday off. But anyway, so we're here to wrap up the month of November, which is insane that we're here. But anyway, cheers. Let's drink some water. Go get some if you haven't already. Okay. So, I read 6 books in the space of the month of November, and you know what? I'm proud of myself because that tends to be the norm for me. Like usually 5, 6, sometimes 7 books a month. It did start off a little bit rocky because I DNF'd A Tempest of Tea by Miss Hafsa Faisal. Okay, so I attempted to read We Hunt the Flame by Miss Hafsa Faisal years ago, and I DNF'd that as well. And then I saw this, and this was peaked as Six of Crows, but with vampires. And I was like, I love Six of Crows, and I love vampires. But, oh my god, this was so boring. I'm sorry. I got 132 pages in and so boring. I kept zoning out. I kept rereading pages and I was like, no. I don't think Hafsa Faisal's for me. I don't think her writing is for me. And I am sad because, like I said, it was peak, you know, with the two things that I love vampires, I love heists. You know, but no, I'm sorry. This wasn't for me. I don't think Hafsa Faisal is for me. It's quite sad, really. Yes, very sad. Anyway, moving on. But then it was saved by Elle McNichol's Some Like It Cold. I ended up making this the Introverted Reader Book Club pick, so I have a full review of this on my channel. It's not the best. I had to film it a couple times because I wasn't happy with it, and I'm still not really happy with it if I'm being honest, but my review is there if you want to go and watch it. But yeah, basically this is about a girl called Jasper, and she lives in this wee small town, and she's coming home for the Christmas holidays. And I guess with, you know, the festive season coming up, if you wanted to read this and get in the mood, you absolutely could. So yeah, I had fun with this. I gave it 5 stars in the end, or maybe like a 4.5. And then on my Kindle, I read Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. Now, you know, Abby Jimenez has slowly taken over my life because I read Part of Your World a wee while ago, weeks ago, and loved it. Obsessed, loved. It was great. I did an entire video discussion about it. If you want to go and check that out, I have a playlist of the 2 videos that I've done within that wee series. If you want to go and watch that, that'd be lovely. Anyway, so Just for the Summer centers around our couple who have one thing in common, and that's every person that they've dated after they broke up, they have gone on to find their soulmate. And you know, the guy, Justin, he kind of goes viral on the internet because a lot of women are talking about him. And he's like, oh, I dated this guy, and then after I broke up with him, I found my husband, so you should get in touch with him, blah, blah, blah. And then they end up getting in touch. Justin and our main girl, Emma, they end up getting in touch with each other, and they decide, you know what? Like, it's so weird, like, that we meet each other like this. So, and then she says that they should try and date each other just for the summer, haha, because the same sort of thing has happened to her a few times. So she's just like, if we date for a while, then after we quote unquote break up, you know, we go on to find our soulmate. So that's great. But little do they know, but yeah, Just for the Summer, beautifully written. It was a beautiful love story. I absolutely adored it. Our girl Emma is a traveling nurse. And Justin, what does Justin even do? He does something. I can't remember what his job was, but anyway, read Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. It's beautiful. And I've got Yours Truly on my Kindle all ready to go, so I'm excited for that. Do you mind if I just take another wee drink? I'm coughing here. Whew. Excuse me. Anyway, moving right along, I read volume 3 of Our High School Host Club, which y'all know. I watched the anime again recently, and then I thought, you know what? Let me read the manga again. Let me slowly get back into this world again. And listen, I think this is a good one to start with because there's not a whole lot of, there's no drama. There's no like big heavy storylines. It's just these kids in this host club messing about and having fun. So if I could recommend a starter anime or manga to anybody, it'd be this one. Anyway, and then I gave Just for the Summer 5 stars, and Host Club I gave 4. Now, and then after that, I read Percy Jackson and the Wrath of the Triple Goddess. This is technically book 7 within the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series. It's this little trilogy where Percy is 18 years old and he's wanting to go to college in New Rome, you know, where the Camp Jupiter and stuff is. But in order to get there, he has to get 3 recommendation letters from 3 different gods. So, and the first one is the Chalice of the Gods, and then there's this one where Percy, Annabeth, and Grover are approached by the goddess Hecate, and she says to them, here, I'm going away for a bit, so could you stay in my house and look after my animals? Which all sounds well and good, which all sounds fine. You know, if a person asked you that question, you'd be like, oh yeah, sure, no problem, I'll come for you, blah, blah, blah. No, they're not like any other animals. They're, you know, obviously not ordinary animals. And listen, I love Percy Jackson, I love Rick Riordan, but this is not my favourite within the Percyverse, I'll be honest with you. I ended up giving it 3 stars. I thought it was just fine at the end of it, you know, like not much was really going on. It's like it's centered around like Halloween time, you know, like Halloween night happens while they're there, and like that's great, that's fine, you know, get you in the mood for Old Hallows Eve, I guess. But listen, again, it was fine. It was fine. Not much went down. Not my favorite. 3 stars. I'm still really looking forward to the next one. But anyway, and then I listened to the audiobook for The End Crimes All by Miss B. Fitzgerald. When I tell you, this woman, like 2 books down, 5 stars, both of them, 5 stars. Like I read Girl Goddess Crown by B. Fitzgerald a while ago. It's like a reimagining of the myth of Hades and Persephone. Gorgeous, love it, highly recommend. This one is a reimagining of the War of Troy, and we follow our 2 perspectives, but the main one is Princess Cassandra of Troy. You know, obviously she's a princess, and she's also a priestess of Apollo. And she doesn't really take that too seriously, like the whole priesthood. You know, she takes the vow of celibacy. Celibacy? Yes, that's the term. Sorry, my brain fart. You know, when she does all the things she's meant to do. But what is on the, like, how do you get so dusty? Anyway, and then one day when she's in the temple, the god Apollo appears before her, and he offers her a deal. He says to her, I will make you my official oracle. I will give you the gift of prophecy if you do something for me. And what he wants her to do is sleep with him. He's basically like, have sex with me and I'll make you my oracle. And she doesn't really want to do it. You know, she's very like, I don't know. And then she's like, just once? He's like, yep, just once. So she's like, well, I'm not fully happy about it, but I want the power. And I guess just once, fine. I'll lie there, think of the queen, let's get over with. But then when the time comes, she says no. She changes her mind, which she's well within her rights to do. She's like, no, I'm not feeling it. I don't want to do this. And Apollo gets pissed off. Because at the end of the day, he's... the version of Apollo in this, I hate him. Anyway, and then he curses Cassandra, being like, okay, you don't do this for me. I'm going to curse you with the gift of prophecy, meaning you'll get the prophecies, but whenever you say them, no one will believe you. Everyone will just think you're crazy. And and then we get Helen's perspective later on in the book. And obviously Helen of Sparta, Helen of Troy, whatever way you want to call her. You know, she is the king of Sparta's wife. And then, you know, Paris of Troy comes and they fall in love, and she, you know, he takes her away from Sparta, takes her to Troy, and then the whole war breaks out, and her and Helen meet. And obviously, you know, Helen is like perfect picture princess. Everybody loves her. She's so beautiful. She's so lovely. And Cassandra straight up, from the minute she meets her, doesn't like her. Because she's like, this war started because of her, and you're all treating her as if she makes the grass grow. Like, what is your problem? And yeah, the whole war and everything, and then the men go out and fight, and then it's all these women, you know, the women that are left behind, you know, Cassandra, Helen, Andromache, who is Hector's wife, and all the other princesses and all the other ladies are trapped inside, you know, Troy, because obviously they can't go out and fight in the battlefield. So it's them trying to like, basically run the city whilst the men are away. And, you know, they're keeping everything together, you know, and it's just, and Cassandra and Helen, their relationship. And I'll tell you something, there's asexuality representation in here, and the way it's done spoke to my soul. Like, there's a wee author's note at the beginning of this. There's an author's note at the beginning of Girl, Goddess, Crown as well. It's just a wee note here that Bee's written. It's only like a page. And she talks about all of the content warnings you need to be aware of. And she also talks about the asexuality representation in here. She says, largely drawn from my own experience, but given the lack of asexual representation in fiction, it's worth noting that it only represents a small sliver of the broad asexuality spectrum. Not all asexual people experience romantic attraction, nor do all experience sex-favorable asexuality as depicted here. Regardless of your orientation, I hope we can all resonate with learning to listen to ourselves and finding the strength to be true to all parts of ourselves. So, I love this. 5 stars. 5 stars all the way. Anything that B. Fitzgerald comes out with now in the future, I'm going to be all over. This is beautiful. And then, y'all, the final book that I read, total secret. Y'all, when I got this in the post, I ripped it open and immediately I was like, get me my pens and my sticky tabs. It's time to go. And look at all these tabs. Look at all of this. Yes, I got the special edition with the stenciled edges, but you can't even see them because there's so many tabs in here. Like, okay. So, Karen Maniscalco, author of Jack the Ripper series, also the author of the Kingdom of the Wicked series, and Throne of the Fallen, which is right here. Which was like, it's like, these are little standalones centering around each one of the princes of sin. So obviously Kingdom of the Wicked is a trilogy, and Wrath is in that one. And then Throne of the Fallen is Envy. And this one is Gluttony. See, I didn't think that Gluttony was going to be next. I thought Pride was going to be next, but whatever. He'll probably be the last one. But anyway, this one, oh, Gluttony. Gabriel Axton, the man that you are. I can't. This man, like, see all the red and pink in there? That was the amount of times that man had me literally wanting to throw myself, just yeet this book across the room and be like, are you kidding? Like, this man, he needs to stop. How you can't say things like that? Like, this was so well done. Okay, I haven't even told you what it's about. Basically, Gabriel Axton, the Prince of Gluttony, self-proclaimed rake of rakes, lives for indulgence. And our female protagonist is Adriana Saint Lucian. And she is a journalist that sort of writes, you know, she works for a newspaper, but she writes a lot of like scandalous columns about Gabriel and like about his parties and all the debauchery, and they kind of have this like rivalry going on, and it's just it's so the banter with the two of them, are you kidding? If you love Carrie Maniscalco and you love Kingdom of the Wicked and you haven't read Throne of the Fallen, Throne of Secrets yet, I mean, you could easily read these even if you haven't read Kingdom of the Wicked, in my opinion. You could if you wanted to get a little bit more understanding of characters and stuff, but like, you really don't have to. Like, it's not a written rule. Like, if you saw this and thought, this sounds something like I would enjoy, then go on and read it. I'm not going to stop you. But I gave this 5 stars. If I could give it 10, I would. Honestly. Like, this was what I needed. This was what I needed. It's like, I mean, I had to wait a while for it to come, but because the special editions got pushed back. But like, whenever it arrived, I was like, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Come. Yes, let's go. Okay, so that is the very last book that I read in the month of November. Let's get all these up. I mean, with the exception of the DNF and the fact that we did get a, I mean, 3 stars isn't that bad, but whatever. So let me turn them around, turn around, bright eyes. All right, turn these around so you can all see them. Can you see them now? Yes, this was the damage that was done in November, and I'm very, very happy. I'm very happy. Obviously, with the exception of the DNF, but, you know, whatever. DNFs happen sometimes. So anyway, that's me. Let me know what you read in November. Let me know if you read any of these, what you thought. Did you discover any new favorites in November? Let me know in the comments. And until then, I will see you next week for another video. So if you give this video a like, that would be lovely. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe if you want to. All my socials are down below as always. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and my Blue Sky. You can all follow me on there if you wish. So I'll see you on Tuesday for another video. Bye!